Zmizhezek.
Something like that.
Zmizhezek. Something like that. Zmizhezek.
Smishizek, yeah.
Shinelike coming. Just a general strong ban, strong character, lots of damage.
Still really strong since the nerf. Nerf did make him a little bit
He's
worse.
still fine. I still don't think any hunter deserves a ban though, personally, just because they're all so similar.
I would assume Honor is a pick though.
I don't know if Hercules want to target anyone. I'm not.
You do have iFan on the blue team, and he just loves Ymir, so I'm assuming he's gonna pick that. Hercules ban, okay.
The cat first pick though.
Especially like on Hexa, who just loves those assassins.
Yeah. He loves assassins. Circuit's very strong assassin. Lots of mobility, damage, CC, all that good stuff.
All of the good stuff.
Yeah, all the good stuff.
Hades,
a lot of early pressure.
Speaking of the good stuff, I will give you guys the room and give the good stuff to you guys.
Thank you for all the good stuff.
When the game is done, just poke me and then I'll come back and I'll change the points on the point tab, okay?
Alright.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Have fun.
Will do.
Cupid Athena.
Oh god, another Cupid pick.
That is... With Honor being open, that's to me a little bit strange.
It's strange to me.
Yeah, that is strange to me, especially with Honor open.
I know Quinn and Star are both very, very fond of Cupid.
Yeah. He did go for Athena though instead of Ymir. That's, I guess he wants the global pressure.
The global presence of Athena is a little bit squandered in Siege though, due to the much smaller map.
Yeah, you can rotate very quickly.
Yeah.
Especially if you have someone with like Blink as Ymir, you can still get from one side to the other side very quickly.
Like Geb, he can roll
Ra.
2/3 of the way across. Ra, another just generally strong character. Pretty good damage, pretty good healing, good utility.
I feel like a red team is a really good like just overall team fighting team, while blue team is more of a catching people out sort of team with Athena and Circuit.
Yeah, it's a lot of
and 3 healers. Yeah,
CC on the side of
blue team. Yeah. Wait, I can't remember
I don't know the team. I should know the team names probably.
Yeah, it's Special Children. That's the red team.
Special Children have a ton of sustain, not too much burst, but enough. A lot of protection shred from Guan Yu's 3 and Hades ultimate. If blighted, it reduces protections by like 1 million.
What is blue team's name?
That would be the thing that I definitely know because I'm professional and I would not forget such a thing. Don't be so ridiculous. Just thinking, shine like a star, shine like a star. A lot of burst damage, a lot of CC,
Okay, there we go.
Ton of pick
so,
potential.
Suaban coming out from Special Children. They do lack AP damage right now, magic damage on Shine Like a Star. And then Artemis ban, which... And they didn't go for Honor actually.
With Honor being open. They went for Nemesis, which is...
They went for Nemesis instead.
That's a lot of protection shred then.
Their team is...
Guan Yu, Tower Assault,
Poseidon.
And Poseidon, just a generally strong mage. Lots of burst damage, mobility stuff.
That's both teams.
This is gonna be interesting.
It's somewhat with Poseidon. Shine Like a Star do have a really strong team fight just because of Poseidon alone. Like the ult is just so good. But I would assume that
Special Children have to be very careful if they get initiated on
by Athena. If they get caught in anything,
they're probably gonna lose the team fight because just the instantaneous burst of Shine Like a Star is through the roof.
Also, without an AD carry, their siege potential by like pushing down turrets slowly, it's going to be very lackluster because Ra and Hades won't be able to really push towers.
They'll have a lot of sustain.
They do. They have 3 healers and a shield on Nemesis.
Yeah. Well, very, very hard to kill a team, but I feel like if there's a team that can kill that team, it's probably Shine Like a Star's team. That's so much burst damage.
We have 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes until the game starts. I should get the overlay.
I feel like
I do actually favor the Shine Like a Star team comp, just because like overall they have so many OP picks like in general. Well, not OP but very contested picks.
Yeah,
Athena,
very
who's
just standard, strong in the meta.
Serket is still one of the best assassins. Cupid is still one of the best ADCs. Athena is probably the best support, and then you have Poseidon, who's arguably the best mage in the game right now.
Yeah,
so like overall, their team is just so strong. But Special Children do have, in my opinion, a pretty good team comp.
If
for like
Special Children get ahead, because they might get ahead with all the early pressure Hades and Guan Yu provide. If they do get ahead, it's going to be very, very hard for Shinelikeastar, because that's a lot of tankiness and sustain.
Yeah, with Hades Guan Yu, like tower diving is not going to be an issue at all. They can just dive onto them with the raw heal of protections.
Yeah.
Circle as well.
When Hades ults, he gets. I don't know how many protections it is. I should know this.
Isn't it 20 per?
Hades ult gives you 40 protections, and it scales up to 80.
Yeah.
Protection debuff with
Jeez.
Blight on is 10, scaling up to 30. Yeah, so he gets 40 protections when he ults, which is a large amount. I'm honestly looking to see if Hades will pick up Shield in the Underworld. It's very likely with the items.
That would be, yeah, especially when you have some with a lot of burst like Serket and Poseidon. You could really shut down that burst by picking that item up. Also, you have Nemesis Shield, which does well. Guan Yu is also someone who actually does pretty well with Shield of the Underworld.
Or Shield of the Underworld. They get into Shakedown, all pop it.
Yes.
He just kills themselves. It's genius.
If Poseidon ults all 4 of them and they all pop the shield, he will just die, like instantly.
He will probably die, yeah. Though I think Nemesis probably will. I think a lot of... I don't know, this game's very snowball dependent.
How do you think the lanes are going to look
likely
like?
to win.
What do you think the lanes are going to look like for each team?
I'm thinking Guan Yu, Ra, Hades, Nemesis, because Hades clear is so phenomenal, and Nemesis doesn't really have lane clear. And Guan Yu Ra's is a lot of sustain and good push.
I'm also guessing you're going to put Cupid with the Athena.
Cupid Athena would make sense, yeah.
Yes, that would
because
definitely
Cupid
be the
and
best
Athena
one.
could clear pretty well together.
And Poseidon can 1v2 if Serket wants to leave lane to see if she can gank.
It's very safe at clearing, and if Serket rotates over early to the opposite side of the map, the Athena taunt and Serket taunt combo with Cupid ultimate as well, it's so much CC and burst. It's going to be very difficult for Special Children to deal with. Even if you are Guan Yu Ra.
We are loading up here. No one has... Still waiting for Quint and Fan, there we go.
Eventually what people will be building. And presuming Standard Hunter will come out from
definitely
Star
for Star Factory that should be pretty standard
build.
Poseidon as well. We'll see if they go into stack items or not. I'm assuming he will. Either Book of Thought or Warlock Sash.
Yeah,
especially on Hades.
Maybe a Doomorb.
Maybe on Doomorb is. Oh, okay. So we have Silver Talisman coming in from Athena, and there is a standard build for. It's a little bit. He's solid.
You can go in Assault on ADC. You can either go tier 2 of Devo start and just go take the buff, then immediately back and have your Devourers go online, and either a single tier of an active or tier 1 of Dukes.
Just go for Beast though early, but Ifan's build is interesting. It looks like he's gonna go for the anti-heal, anti-heal very quickly because he does not want to.
Is intelligent because there is a lot.
There's a lot of healing on Special Children right now.
Yeah, they could very easily lose the early game just to being out sustained.
So you have the standard boot start for both Hexa and Quint. So you just want a lot of damage for very little gold with boots. It's very cost efficient, so it is a pretty strong pickup.
The Serket build is pretty much set in stone. It would likely be Jotun's next, then Deathbringer, then Magi's Blessing, followed by probably another Crime, and then presumably Titan's Bane. A lot of physical defense coming out on the side of.
They fear
Hades
the Cupid and
Serket. Nemesis going Ickval.
I was gonna, because that's a very. It's a very good early game item. It does cost very little and it gives you a lot of damage, especially against AD comps. But it is different from the very usual Shinsai / Jotun's Wrath build.
Yeah, I feel it's come more into favour recently with the Kinsai's nerfs. The Kinsai's can't really carry the damage on a character on its own anymore, with only being 4% of maximum HP. It's not as strong as it used to be. You see people picking up Executioner though on characters that usually would go Shinsai's. Yeah, a lot of
Especially
warriors
someone
and
like
in-hand assassins that aren't Mercury are building a variant of boots, Iqval Executioner is their main damage, because it,
yeah, you see
it really is just so much DPS.
the current most popular Bakasura build for solo is usually Ikaval and Executioner, so...
I don't know, I personally don't see the point in kin size anymore. It
So,
gives you approximately 40 extra damage, and if you have Executioner and kin size, you get about 40 extra damage on squishies from kin size, and Iqval gives you about an
gonna go
extra
very low
60
mana.
per auto.
He's been spamming his abilities quite heavily and he's already out of mana. He did not go for Blue Storm Pennant, which we usually see in Warriors. Yeah, that
Blue Storm Pennant's very strong.
It is extremely strong, even after the nerf.
Though it shouldn't hurt him too much if he backs. The siege map is quite small. He could get back to lane with only missing maybe 1.5 waves at most.
Looks like Queen Dash. They are playing fairly aggressively in the right lane.
Yeah.
Poseidon does have ult, and now Striket has it as well.
They could.
That combo is really strong.
100% either of the either Nemesis or the Ra.
Probably easy with Ra though, because with the lack of mobility, that should be a pretty easy kill.
Though the relatively weak lane clear of Cupid in the early game is forcing him and Athena under tower on the left side.
Well, against Hades, anyone will
I guess.
fall behind.
You can have as much flair as you want. Hades is putting you under tower.
Hades will push you no matter what you do. Fan is doing a good job though of keeping it out of the turret. Like he's dashing in and he's using. Oh, there we go. Turn into turret.
Not losing that many creeps though.
Yeah, so that's actually pretty strong. If you look at the gold, Cupid is actually ahead. So of both Hades and Guan Yu, so they are not losing any
I
gold.
think Athena has missed a couple creeps though by being out of range after.
He did go back now and he's got the hardboard amulet. That's a pretty early pickup. Obviously he didn't go into boots or any starting items. But that will help a lot.
Very strange use of the fear by Hades there. Well, it was a silence, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So I'm guessing Guan Yu is gonna go for sovereignty. Hades,
Mystical Mail.
I'm not sure.
Mystical Mail synergizes very well with Guan Yu's kit.
It does.
He's very close up in your face a lot of the time.
Usually you would want at least one of the either Heartward or Sovereignty just for that team fight.
And the protections is so huge. And
I guess he was fortunate
with
for
the Lotus Crown that will likely come out on Ra. I can't see
probably,
reason for it not to.
yeah, that is such a good item.
40 total protections to everyone on the team with an already very tanky team.
So we actually see Fjorn going in on Fan, but they're gonna be ganked by Hexa.
Yeah.
He's gonna go straight for Hades. Yeah, that's
he's
it's already done. Yes.
I don't see any way of him getting out of this alive.
Striket is
That's
a very good ganker, and he comes in from behind. Actually, I should maybe use just.
Nemesis coming over though, and I don't see Nemesis being able to get anything here.
Probably not. Just gonna pick up the farm. Yeah.
Nemesis can't really.
There is a siege minion in right lane. It's gonna come up to Poseidon soon. So if they want to, they could just try to hard push there and leave Cupid in left lane. Cupid has not gone back though, so he doesn't have dev gloves.
This right lane will be quite slow and farmy. It'll just, most of the time I expect it'll just be the Poseidon in the Ra, just clearing waves, getting farmed for a bit later in the game, in the mid game.
Cupid is not going back, so he's gonna have dev gloves online. Probably gonna go into boots as well. There's dev gloves.
And Nemesis already has shielded Underworld.
He does, yeah.
That could have been full boots though, which.
Early game, they have double mystical mail as well. That's actually a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage in the team fight.
Yeah. The weakening curse isn't yet out on the side of.
But they do have the Divine Rune on Poseidon with Sprint as well, and Sprint 2 helps a lot against both Ra and Nemesis.
Yeah.
Obviously, the slow protection is huge.
But
once they have,
he's gone Divine Rune. They have some healing reduction now, though. They'd still be very hard pressed to take a fight.
Probably would right now, especially right now in the early
Hades
game. Hades Guan Yu in the early game. Also, the Ra is pretty strong as well, just at this point. And Cupid not quite online yet.
Yeah, Cupid's going to need to get that level stacked up. Probably get his boots and then another item.
Hexa is going to go in though, 1v3, but he's going to get help from Fan.
He gets it, misses the taunt. It's very unfortunate.
He does push Fjorn back in. Oh wow. Age is coming out actually, but is it gonna be enough?
That
no. Wow. That was actually really good play though from both sides, I would say. Hexa does push him into the tower, and then Fan just taunts him even further in. Oh boy!
Very good CC chaining.
I should probably been
very nice snipe coming out from.
Is it?
I'll let you finish my sentence. I can't say
That's
anything.
it. What the hell? Oh, there we go. I'm just gonna go free cam because the directed cam doesn't pick up anything apparently, which is kind of annoying.
I'd choose assisted. There's
Assisted.
a strong tower push on
There we go.
the right side. They could maybe get to 100 and Nemesis dashes out.
They do get the tower really low though, so on the next time next push they can probably get it pretty easily. But the tower did fall when the siege minion was pushing it with Poseidon.
Yeah, I'm interested to find out whether or not the Cupid will be building attached bibliothek for executioner or just straight into the executioner.
Would it make sense if he went Ikkeval, considering they don't actually have any other like boxing AD carries on the enemy team? I mean, you do have Nemesis and Guan Yu, and obviously it would be nice to steal their AD, but it's not as effective as it would be against an assassin.
Guan Yu doesn't really have that much of scaling, he doesn't really benefit too much from it, and the Nemesis is really the same. Her scaling isn't really what she's mostly about shredding the protections and doing nearly true damage to you.
He has started stacking though on the... is this a tower dive coming? No, it's not. Just some damage. So he has started stacking the dead gloves. Hexa is going to come in for the gank. I would assume they're going to be fine though. Actually, the cripple will come in. But Fjorn is quite quickly. If you look at Star Factor, it's actually going to go really low, and Hexa might actually fall here. He will. No, wow.
Star Factor falls well, and Hexa gets out on, I think...
Yep. That was...
basically no HP.
He had practically no HP. Did Star Factor use his dash there? I'm not quite sure. I think he dashed in.
I would very much like to see a
replay.
I believe there was a tower dive on the right side during that engagement. Poseidon's having agilities down, and so is Nemesis. So I presume there was a tower dive onto Quinn.
Yeah.
I feel like the Poseidon could pick up beads soon, because if
he went heavily agility.
He's stuck in Hades. Everyone on the side of
and now he
has a way out of Hades ultimate except for Poseidon.
So the Poseidon build is kind of strange. He just picked up. He's gonna pick up Winged Blade,
that's
gonna help
his damage.
Yeah, it's gonna really hurt his damage a lot. He won't have the
ability greatly, but
obviously against the everyone on Special Children have some sort of slow. Maybe Hades isn't
Hades
as effective.
does if the target is blighted, your one will slow them. It's not that great of a slow.
It's not. Yeah, it's not really. You don't think of it that much as a slow, I guess. But both Ra, Nemesis, and Guan Yu all have extremely good slows. So Wingblade will help him, but it's gonna. That's more of an item I would see on like Nemesis maybe.
Yeah, I feel like
not Nemesis. Athena, I mean.
It would be better to come out, I think, a bit later, because he really needs some more like damage. He only has 100 and I can't do maths. Maths is hard. 115 magical power right now.
115 right now. Yeah.
And with rank 3 Kraken in one more level, that's not going to be that much burst.
Nemesis is going to get caught out, but they're going to turn on both Fan and Hexa. Nemesis ult does go onto Athena.
That was a very strange call to the Athena.
Hexa is going really deep right now. He does have the Athena ult. Fjorn might have to be a little bit careful, but Hades will come in with ult. That's a 4-man Hades ult potentially if he can hit everyone. Actually, they do split up, so that's good. Hades goes onto Cupid. That's beads coming in from Cupid. We actually do see Pestilence though.
There should be a Kraken coming out here.
Actually,
no Kraken.
No Kraken.
I guess it didn't really make much sense to Kraken.
Yeah.
Hades also building the Shield the Underworld already.
They do get the Juggernaut.
He's presumably gonna get Heavenly Agility.
Yeah, I would assume so. That would be the best pickup, especially with all the healing they have.
Very strange to see Athena not pick up the Sovereignty sooner. Not even going into boots. That's going to be 4th item boost.
Special Children are doing the Siege Juggernaut right now, and no one from Shinelikeastar is there to contest it, so that's a free Juggernaut. So they have 2 now.
And they're not even going to be low. They can immediately go to a lane and start pushing up. There's the siege on both sides. I actually think
Star Factor might have to be a little bit...
Sure.
Okay, yeah, he dashes out.
Very likely that Shinelikeastar will lose both tier 1 towers here. Though they have already taken the tier 1 tower from Special Children on the right side, so it won't be too big of a loss. So
they are trying very hard on right lane to just keep it away.
Poseidon's very good
in left lane, you might see some tower dives in left lane when Guan Yu comes back.
Yeah.
No, Guan Yu actually ended up on the right side. So they're gonna go for Hexa.
I'm not sure how I feel about how tentative Hades is playing. He could very easily kill a Cupid in this situation.
Hexa goes down to Fjorn. That was a very deep dive from Special Children. That's just they do lose both the tier 1 turrets.
Both tier 1s, and both Juggernauts are going to fall.
Yes.
There's a lot of single target DPS for Juggernauts on the side of Shinelikeastar between the Poseidon using his trident and the Cupid being an AD carry.
The AoE from Special Children will be very strong though. But yeah, we should see some... We do have a lot of healing reduction already though on Shinelikeastar. They do have Divine Rune and Pestilence and now as well a Weakening Curse, yes. And we are going to see some damage coming in from Poseidon.
I feel like if the game continues at this pace, with it being so level, in the later stage of the game, Special Children are just not going to be able to compete with the pure damage of Shinelikeastar. Hades and Guan Yu characters very noted for falling off in terms of damage potential.
Yeah, definitely.
As the game goes on.
Also, Nemesis is not exactly the type of character who just goes in and one-shot someone, unlike Cat.
There's a lot of... It's two very different teams.
Cupid did go into Ikawal, so he's looking for that dueling potential against Guan Yu and Nemesis. Also, it's a very good early game item.
Even against magical targets, it's very good.
It is still a good item, but you can't utilize the entire item, obviously, if they don't have anything to steal from.
I mean, you miss out on reducing their power, but you still get power yourself, which is
still get power.
Honestly strange. I don't understand why you get power from physical power from mages. It doesn't make sense to me.
We're going to see a collapse onto Ra, but he's already out.
He should be able to get out of the situation fairly easily.
That passive is very strong.
Obviously, I feel like Starfactor has had to use his beads to get out of a Hades ult far too often. He should, in theory, be saving his dash.
We do see the Heavenly Agility coming out for Guan Yu.
That's...
Also, he went Ninja Tabi instead of Warrior Tabi, so he's looking for more... Yeah, he's looking for more attack speed against...
I can't really see any reason. I would honestly like to see maybe a reinforced Greaves out of him. Because of the sheer amount of CC.
Quite sure what that Morning Star is going to be built into. Is he looking at Hydra?
I feel it makes more sense to go Transcendent because of Guan being very mana hungry.
That is true.
The amount of burst damage on the side of Shinelikeastar that could very easily punish a Heartseeker, and
Fjorn is looking for an engage right now. He's almost behind the entire enemy team. Hades does good, but he's not going to find anything.
Forces Cupid dash. He could go back to the Cupid and all.
But he does manage to pop the...
That's a lot on the Hades.
They used everything on him, but actually Fjorn does go really low right now. He's gonna fall to the turret, most likely. Oh, no, that's the heal.
Out.
So,
and with the amount of healing on the side of Special Children, Hexa does pick up a kill under the Nemesis.
They actually get
went
nothing.
A little bit too deep for Hexa. Didn't really account for the CC of Circuit there.
They get nothing out of that. That was...
Well, Juggernaut's coming up very soon.
Very strange, yeah. I think you might be a little bit behind me.
I think. I'm at 13:30.
Okay, I'm at 35, 36, so I'm like a few seconds ahead of you, I think. Yeah, we're gonna pick up the mid lane, not the mid lane, the
Wild Juggernaut.
Yeah, Wild Juggernaut.
Which will double Juggernaut on left side. Shinelikeastar could very easily get.
So right now only Fjorn is there to really do something, but Fjorn is gonna find the entire enemy team and he just goes down.
He knew they took the.
He's going into
presume they were coming over to the Juggernaut on left side. He should not have stayed there. Like about 50% HP, and Guan Yu will be building into that.
Yeah, he will be going Transcendence. So that's
Nemesis presumably going Magi's Blessing. Hades maybe Sovereignty. That would seem to make the most sense to me. Right now has full cooldown.
Oh, we're gonna see a double taunt though from Fan.
Double taunt into this Catwoman.
Oh boy.
Hades.
This is gonna hurt.
The double shields from Nemesis takes about 20% of his HP just in damage returned.
Oh, that's the 4-man Hades ult.
That was a very good beads from Hexus.
Oh god, Nemesis goes down to the Poseidon Kraken, and Hades will fall as well.
Badly wasted Cupid ultimate there from Starfactor. Just
they are gonna get the turret though. With
and
Hexa has a...
Guan Yu back up, I don't think they can push down this Phoenix.
Hexa has gone for the extremely high damage Circuit build, where he goes Deathbringer straight after Jotuns, and now he's probably looking at the Magi's.
Yeah.
Just to avoid the the CC coming in from special treatment. Fjorn will make a last-ditch effort to keep them away, but the Phoenix will form. Oh yeah.
And they could maybe
turn on Fjorn.
They could have turned that.
And they might have been able to, yeah.
Besides
but
full health, full mana, his Kraken should be coming up decently soon. No, it's down for 30 seconds. Turns out I know nothing about Poseidon.
Poseidon going Spirit of the Magus, it's obviously a very good shredding item to destroy their protection.
Help his damage a lot, though he's still very
weak compared to what any other Poseidon would be at this point.
Yeah.
But he is fairly safe, I would guess, in a team fight.
He's only about 50 power behind the Ra though, but the Ra does bring the healing.
Also Ra went Shoes of Focus instead of Magi.
I feel like Shoes and Magi are helping Poseidon quite a lot in this situation. If he had Focus, he'd be down so much magic power.
Athena will probably be moving into Wingblade now. Shin size coming in from Cupid.
Very curious.
That is curious.
The Executioner, the shred of an Executioner is so strong, and
especially again,
he's not going to provide that much extra damage on most of the people on Sword of Shodan.
Especially against the double mystical build.
Built boots.
That is true, and Hades is not exactly quick.
Yeah, he's normally very slow character to rotate as is.
Yeah.
Even when you have like even if you build 2 movement speed items for whatever reason, he still feels like you're moving through, I don't know, treacle.
He will be fairly tanky though, with the mystical mail and the void stone, and now moving into even more physical protection.
Presumably sovereignty. The only thing I'd say being is maybe a Midgardian mail, but that wouldn't make much sense. Only one in-hander on the side of.
That is true.
Shinelikeastar.
It probably will be sovereignty. So Gonyu still hasn't finished his Transcendence.
That's.
Have a look at the damage. Hades is actually topping the charts. So even with the tank build, he's still doing an enormous amount of damage. It is early game Hades, so it is to be expected.
Though something I find.
Oh boy! Wow, he just gets destroyed by the Kraken.
He got completely blown up by Kraken there.
Yeah, Circuit ult, obviously very good for lining up other skills. Also, it removes all the healing, so
that
is very strong.
Very strange that it picks a sustain base.
Oh, double.
Into a Circuit. Tower dive coming out. Athena
Ra's gonna go down, yes. Fjorn is gonna go back in, actually.
Chasing down inside in the jungle. Poseidon not receiving any help from his team. He could fall here.
Actually, he does get
Athena and Nemesis is forced to back off.
Hexa again. Hexa again survives with no HP.
Presumably there will be a
Starfight?
This is a
Nemesis can actually fight this.
Nemesis is very aggressive there. She shouldn't be able to fight this anymore after the Shield Underworld is down. Should be a free.
They are gonna go back.
For,
they're just gonna,
though.
Just gonna go for the Wild Juggernaut and back off. More crit coming in from Hexa, obviously. It is their cat.
I feel like the main difference in this game right now is the 6,000 experience difference. Level 19 on Quinn compared to 18 on Ra, and 19 Cupid compared to 18 on Nemesis, and 18 to 16 between Circuit and Guan. That's the biggest difference. The Guan, you just, without any penetration or really that much physical power, considering he went Ninja Tabby, not really putting out that much damage.
A few pickups coming in from Shinelikeastar. We do see Wingblade finish for Athena, as well as a Gem of Isolation for Poseidon. Titan's Bane for Cupid, which is another kind of strange pickup.
Interesting. That
it will help him pushing down the Phoenixes.
They are sieging a lot now, so it could make sense. Cupid's pushing on the left lane. They'll presumably get the Phoenix.
He will probably get that Phoenix very easily, yeah.
Not that much structure damage from Circuit, Poseidon, and Athena though. So they might lose the opportunity to get the right Phoenix.
3,000 structure damage coming in from Cupid actually. Yeah. So he does have a lot. They're actually gonna teamfight 3v4 right now. This is probably special treatment's only chance right now.
Poseidon though. Onto a character with heaven agility and beats
it's so hard to catch these people. I mean,
they have such
Poseidon with his 2 and the sprint is just heaven agility actually.
And Windblade on top of that with his passive movement speed.
That's true.
He's hitting close to 600 movement speed. Which even at Heavenly Duty when you on his ultimate, he's gonna have very difficult to catch.
And then you have Circuit as well, which is obviously two dashes on a very short cooldown. It's gonna make it impossible.
A dash, a very short cooldown, the longest jump in the game, I believe.
That might be true. I'm not sure about that.
Left Phoenix did fall on the side.
Yeah, Starfighter did get that.
He did, which does presumably there'll be some more tension play. He's getting buff, farming up a little bit for the next minute or so.
So
then
Poseidon will finally move into hopefully a Rod of Tahuri, but it might also be a Chronos Pendant. But he does need more damage.
Like it'd make more sense to go Road to Tahuri.
It would.
They have so focused on burst damage. They can't really even come close to taking extended fights against.
Still no boots for Hades.
Still no boots.
He's moving at...
He really needs boots though.
He's got 355 movement speed right now compared to, I don't know, anyone else with 460.
Everyone else has around 430. That was a strange Saket element. They just wasted the Saket element.
He also went really low, and Juggernaut will die, so unless he can TP in very quickly...
The Saket element, and Special Children will be having a Juggernaut in 3 more last hits.
Hexa did
should
not
be coming
die.
off this next wave. That could be problematic for Shinelikeastar.
You see Nemesis actually coming in from the behind, but he changes his mind and he decides to dash away. Now that the
not that much damage on the side of Special Children right now.
Especially now that we're nearing the lake in, Hades and Guan Yu will fall off fairly heavily. And someone like Ra does not have...
Not even at 10,000 player damage yet, which is surprising considering he's their main source of magical damage on the team. Hades is mostly tanky, and a Guan used to only take about 10% of Circuit's health and her Magi's. Circuit jumps in, forcing Ra beads.
Oh, Fjorn does actually ages the Kraken, so that's
Kraken
so far not a terrible...
Low, and he just dashed into his teammate with a hop bomb.
He did. Nemesis will attempt to... Actually, he will...
Utilize the Ra heal though. They're backing off, leaving Nemesis alone with Circuit. That's not going to be very good for Nemesis.
Free kill right there.
Actually, there we go. Just dead.
So they will push in for the Right Phoenix
They can presumably get Right Phoenix here.
Most likely. There is an Aegis Force.
A lot of damage coming out from Poseidon. Ra might not fall.
Yeah, Ra does actually get out.
Yeah, he's gonna.
And he's gonna ult the. Athena goes down. Wow, that's a very nice ultimate out from the name that Brody cannot pronounce.
ZM. That's just not.
Smijazek, I think. Okay, Hades ult coming in actually. Keep it all onto the Hades, but Hades obviously is CC immune right now. But the damage is not there. The damage has fallen.
He's very tanky though. He is
probably
not going to fall unless
that is the
miracle.
That is the advantage of not going boots.
Yeah, that's the advantage of not going boots.
You obviously save that gold.
94 physical protection. Or you could just buy Runeforged Hammer and Hidey Urchin and have the same amount of defense.
So Hades went for both Sovereignty and Heart Ward, so that's very interesting. And we do see Kyle.
They're severely lacking in magical damage right now.
And Kyle coming in from Guan Yu. So he's gonna go double stack items.
Double stack, that's very curious in this situation. He's not gonna have much opportunity to farm.
Yeah, he's
very difficult for him to
barely got 20 stacks onto the Transcendence, which he built quite a long time ago.
That's a good 10 minutes ago he got that Transcendence online.
So Starfactor is gonna go for a strange version of the Unicorn build from last season. He's going Executioner. That is true. It's a very good item, but he's not gonna go any crits. He's gonna leave all the crit up for Hexa instead.
It's very strange to see that. Kinsight just can't hold its own in terms of DPS compared to the crit build anymore. It only procs about 40 damage every attack. Though with his attack speed, he will be doing that quite often.
Obviously, Quint goes very low. He's gonna just drop instantly.
Yeah, he's just.
Hexa is gonna go for the Nemesis, and they will actually. Oh yeah, Nemesis goes down.
The
Nemesis will fall as
not
well.
Quite enough to stop that true damage because true damage is.
There's just too much damage coming in. Even with the here comes Yorn though. He's gonna go for Hexa.
This could be huge though. With
Hexa does
strangely popping beads. He did not need to.
I'm not quite sure exactly what that was about, but Fjorn will go down to Starfactor.
Ra will presumably fall as well. Though Cupid attacking minions
with the
Ra.
Except the Ra with the passive though should be fine. I mean Hexa is around the corner and it looks like he really wants to go in, but he does have no health.
If Athena tanks that way, he could once Ra's cooldowns are off.
He's gotta wait for the circle protection. Okay, now he can go in. Yeah, there we go.
Not needed though.
Starfactor does have a lot of pen.
A lot of penetration.
A lot of pen.
Maybe
and
he
also,
does well due to the incredible tankiness on the side.
that is true. Hades Guan Yu is extremely tanky
They're
right
both
now.
very tanky. Guan Yu not really building too
Yeah,
tanky.
that is true.
Only building the Mystic Mail. He only has 72 physical protection.
He's gonna go for the Mantra's Blessing now, and we actually do we do see Shield of the Underworld onto Hexa as well.
Really, that's interesting to me.
Very strange pickup, considering that they have
there's not
a lot of.
There's not really a
burst
situation where
damage.
anyone's really.
I guess he wants to be a little bit safer. Starfighter does have to pop beads to get away from the Hades ultimate. He will get Nemesis ulted though. But I don't think they can follow up on that. They have to get rid of the Siege Juggernaut.
They could end here.
They could probably end right now.
If
Fiona's gonna go really low.
Titan, they can end.
Oh,
again.
yeah, that's
with
GG.
the heart bomber.
That's
And
over.
That's game. That was very well played. Just very strong picks. The picks were
very strong.
As strong.
I think from the get-go we knew that Shinelikeastar would have a very strong late-game team, especially with the Special Children's team being a very early-game oriented team. So we did see on the damage side though, Special Children did actually do very well. At least the first 20 minutes.
Raw lowest damage on the team. This is one of the reasons I don't like seeing Raw picked up too much. His healing is